With the sixth pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the New York Football Giants select Malik Nabers, wide receiver, LSU. You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. In today's video, we're going to get you caught up to speed with every single thing you need to know about Malik Nabers. I will give you my grade for this pick. We'll talk about passing on J.J. McCarthy and maybe what the Giants will do at the quarterback position when it comes to trading up into the first round. But Malik Nabers, you are a New York Giant. I had three dream scenarios coming into this NFL draft. Dream one, Drake May. Didn't happen. Dream two, Marvin Harrison Jr. Didn't happen. But my third dream was Malik Nabers, and I am extremely pumped for him to be the next member of this football team and give the Giants a legit threat on the outside that really you haven't had since Odell Beckham Jr. Let's be quite frank. I know Darius Slayton has had some good seasons, but what this guy brings to a football team is something the Giants have not had, and since you had the dude with the yellow mohawk. Look, I think Jalen Hyatt, this makes his life easier as well. Now you can't necessarily always roll a coverage to him. I think Darius Slayton, this opens it up for him. I think Wan'Dale Robinson's going to feast a little bit more in the slot. But overall, you just added a football player that is changing life for your offense. He did so for the LSU Tigers last year. Ask Jaden Daniels. He wouldn't be holding the Heisman Trophy if it wasn't for Nabers, who had 89 receptions, almost 1,600 yards, 18 yards per catch, and 14 touchdowns. What he is able to do with the football in his hands as a playmaker, as a yak guy, a guy who eats up grass and generates yards with the football, is better than anybody in this draft class by a large margin. He can also take the top off the defense. He can catch a slant and go, OBJ style. Special player. He's going to be an elite threat for this offense for quite some time. And we're going to find out if it really was the wide receiver position that was holding back Daniel Jones. Because I'll tell you this much. There's no more excuse for him. You have a first-round Malik Nabers. You have a second-round third-round Jalen Hyatt, and a second-round Wan'Dale Robinson. And you got a pretty good Darius Slayton. It's a pretty good receiving core. But I want you to grade the pick for me. Get out your red pen and let me know. Grade the pick of Malik Nabers for me down in the comment section. A, B, C, D, or F. I want to hear from all of you. So let me know. Grade the pick of Malik Nabers. A, B, C, D, or F. For me, this is an A+. And I said in the video about a month ago, if Malik Nabers is the pick to the New York Giants at number 6, I'm going to give it an A+ because, quite frankly, that's what this is. He is a special player. He can do things on a football field that no one else can. Last year, for LSU, he forced 30 missed tackles as a wide receiver. That's the fourth most in college football. He had 19 deep catches. For all the people that said he can't take the top off, he's only a short catch and run guy, a screen guy, not true. Second most deep catches in college football last year. 624 deep yards, third in college football. And he can also go up, meet you at the highest point, and yell, "You got mossed," when you throw him a 50-50 ball. 10 contested catches last year. And you talk about the testing numbers, almost better than anybody in this class at the position. These do come from his pro day, so I think that's something that you should keep in mind. But according to the relative athletic score, he graded out in the 98th percentile of all wide receivers in NFL history. Came in at 6 foot, 200 pounds, ran a 4.35 40 unofficial, had a 10-yard split in the 97th percentile, a 20-yard split in the 98th percentile, a 42-inch vertical, 99th percentile, and a broad jump in the 94th percentile. Elite athlete. The things that he can do, there are not a lot of people walking this earth that can do this. People have asked me what my pro comp for him is, and I've said a more athletic Antonio Brown, because I believe he is someone that as he gets older in this league, he is going to become even more so a threat on the outside. I think he's already a great route runner, but I know he is a master at his craft. People have compared him somewhat to Michael Jordan when it comes to his competitiveness. He doesn't like being told you can't do something. And I want that in a football player. The hunger and the want to prove people wrong, but also prove the people right that believe in you and achieve more. He's going to do that. He's going to take this offense to the next level. I compare him to a more athletic Antonio Brown with a little bit of sprinkle of Odell Beckham Jr. in there. A little bit bigger, as you could see, at 6 foot, 200 pounds. Not easy to tackle. A running back with the ball in his hands. More thoughts on Malik Nabers and what the Giants may do the rest of round one if they do anything. But first, I got to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, Game Time. Download the Game Time app, use that promo code ChatSports, and they're going to hook you up with $20 off your first purchase. You get the best seats for the lowest prices guaranteed. Game Time is the #1 ticketing app out there. I promise you guys, I've used it a handful of times. I used it to get tickets to the Grateful Dead concert. I used it to do tickets to go to a Knicks and a Mavs game. And I'm going to use it when I go to New York this summer to go catch a Yankees game. And you can also use it for concert, theater events, comedy shows, and so much more. Check out Game Time, the #1 ticketing app in the game. Use the promo code ChatSports and save yourself $20 off. Best seats for the lowest prices. Guaranteed. Check them out. Game Time. All right, Malik Nabers. Some things that I'm not going to say I'm concerned about, but there was a report that people are a little bit concerned about his character. And you know what? I'm not going to assassinate a man's character on here. I don't know him. I have heard nothing but good things about him. I know there was the incident on Bourbon Street that we all know about. I'm not going to go into specifics of that. It is what it is. I believe in the player. I believe in the talent. But more importantly, I believe in Joe Schoen to do the homework and the necessary digging and the exhausting of information into his personality. I believe Joe Schoen's process when it comes to finding out the person of Malik Nabers. So I don't have a problem with it, because if Joe Schoen did, he wouldn't take him here. I am a Malik Nabers fan. I was one of my dream selections. I had him in my final mock draft going to the New York Giants. He changes life for this offense like that. And for all the people hoping that maybe you could trade up and get Michael Penix Jr., it's not going to happen, because the shocker of the NFL draft is here. The Falcons at #8, after just giving Kirk Cousins one of the biggest contracts of all time, are selecting Michael Penix Jr. Not a lot of people thought MPJ was going to go before J.J. McCarthy, and he does. Wow. Now the question is, what do the Giants do at the quarterback position? I think it's going to be Daniel Jones going forward. At this point, maybe you trade up for J.J. McCarthy, but I don't see him getting past pick 11. For me, I've said this all draft process. If it's not Williams, if it's not May, if it's not Daniels, if it's not McCarthy, if it's not Penix, I don't want a quarterback. You don't just pick one to pick one. I hope that they avoid Bo Nix. But you know what? If it is him, I'll root for him. I just hope that the Giants don't draft a quarterback. If they do draft a quarterback, I want it to be a mid-round selection of Spencer Rattler. That's to be Marshall. Who's going to throw him the football? You know what? I don't care. Just get him the ball and let him work out. Let him work out. Dane Brugler, in my opinion, the best person that covers the NFL draft, says Malik Nabers would have been his best prospect in the 2023 draft and the 2022 draft. And the Giants just got him at 6. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We're going to continue to break the NFL draft down. We're also live on the channel right now. So join us over there and let's party. And let's do this. Hit the thumbs up icon if you love the pick.